Yes.
Do I like it? Don't love it.
I think that's the video then. That's all. Welcome everyone to the TED Talks YouTube channel. We are going to be talking about bridging finance. We're on the sofa now, so we're taking it easy. We're having a casual chat about something quite serious. And quite expensive, and takes like 4 forms of security. So maybe this is the wrong casual place to be laid back about, but we're going to talk about bridging finance. Bridging finance is, well, it's finance to bridge something, right?
Yep.
It's to bridge moving product to product. It's to bridge going, buying a shithole, doing it up and then remortgaging it or selling it. It's basically a short-term, 12 months or less,
yep,
usually, loan, which you can use to refurb. You can rip everything out on it and usually do whatever the hell you want, right? Whereas with a mortgage, you can't do that, it's mortgage fraud. So, we're going to talk to you about the benefits, the pros and cons of bridging finance. Do you like bridging finance?
I think it's got its place, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
We did a video about kind of debt versus equity, and I think, again, bridging finance sits right in that thing of ultimately we want to get a deal done.
Yes.
So it's a great option, and sometimes it can be the only option.
Yes.
Do I like it? Don't love it.
I think that's the video then. That's all. It's basically, yeah. I do like it.
Yeah.
But I don't love it. The only reason I don't love it is because of like the fees.
Yeah.
If, there weren't hefty legal fees, but there's ways of getting that down, and if there weren't, intro, outro, shake my hand fees, fucking, bloody, like, whatever fees, shuffle paperwork fees, I think it'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if we were bridgers, we'd have loads of fees. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Talk to me, fee.
So how did you feel?
Fee.
How did you feel when you did your first bridge?
So my first ever deal that I bought was meant to be a bridge, but the broker at the time messed it up and blah blah blah, so that didn't happen. Then my second one was a bridge on the first and second property unencumbered, so it was like 100 and whatever percentage, which is a lot, I think, for your first deal.
Yeah.
It wasn't over leveraged though, because put them together it was like 70%, but it was like 110 of the value. I didn't feel the pressure, because it's 12 months and it's like tick tock, because I don't know, naivety? Maybe. Or I believed in my source and was like, look, come on man, this refurb, it wasn't back to brick, it wasn't even back to skim, it was like 10, 11 grand, so I thought, nah, come on man, you'll be stupid not to do this. I had a good network as well. So yeah, I didn't feel the pressure. I didn't think, oh my god, I've got like, 120 grand's worth of debt on me. Again, because I thought, well, the properties are worth more. They're winning, I'm not winning, I'm fucked if anything. So good, like the debt is paid if it needs to be. So yeah, I didn't really feel some type of way. How about you?
I think my process when I go through private finance, which might cost me a similar amount, sometimes it's cheaper, whatever it is a lot more comfortable than bridging for me.
Okay.
You've got a relationship there, you know that they're not going to just, if there's an issue, they're going to understand that it's a lot more
human.
You're a lot more human, whereas the thing I don't love about bridging, particularly when I first did it, because I think you're a lot more jittery when you start, was you get an email through being like, here's all your risks, and then you get, which is good because it's right, but
from the solicitors,
but then they start, we've just done a bridge with refurb fees on top, so it brings it up to like 85% LTV, and then you have a monitoring surveyor. And then all these things, which I understand why they do it, but the reality sets in with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, the monitoring surveyor, again, 100% they have to do it, right?
Yeah.
But it's so silly because they come out and say, yeah, the window's been fitted, I think. Yeah, give them the money. Sure. And it's like, here, have 400 quid for doing nothing. Yeah. Like just to pay for your bricks qualification. So I think the human element is definitely missing. However, when you have a good relationship with the bridger, okay, look, they're still a bridger, so they're still a company, they'll still take you in your house and your car and your t-shirt, but they're there is more of a human element. And I think once you meet them as well, which, how often do we meet the bridgers? Like, when you meet them, again, it's another human element. And with social media, if they follow you and they're kind of keeping an eye on it and vice versa, and maybe you're doing other stuff together, like my bridger, hopefully he's going to sponsor like this event we're doing and stuff, you really kind of see the human side. And then when you hear the stories, people driving their Bentleys into their car park and giving the keys and saying, right, I need a bridging loan. You see the kind of human side where you're like, you'd never do that on paper. But this kind of stuff, it brings you a bit closer to them. But there's an axe back here, just waiting.
Yep.
Just waiting. And it will happen. The human will do it, or the computer will do it, but it'll fucking happen.
Yeah, and I think what I'm getting at is the key is like having that relationship, right?
Yes.
Because if you're going in blind, they don't know you, they don't care about you, you're doing an 80 grand loan with them as pennies, yeah, if something goes wrong, you're cut straight away.
And companies used to do that. Like, there's a lot of companies who would kind of be their MO.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, take the loan. 6 months. You do it in 6 months. Don't worry, take the loan, boy. 6 months later, repo, and then selling all. And so it used to be like the sharks kind of loans. What do you think about interest rates though? Because investors in bridging sometimes aren't that far apart.
This often not. I think the fees normally tip it in the favour of going private.
Yeah.
Because you have very few fees, and you,
if any,
yeah, exactly, depending on how you're structuring it. Yeah, again, my preference is always private. The relationship is far stronger there. You have more control yourself because often you're drafting the agreements and they're getting them looked at, whereas the bridges send you their standard stuff and you're signing them. For me, you've got to know your stuff more because then it's on you to get it right. You've got to run an ethical business at the end of the day, and if you're trying to write dodgy loan agreements, that's on your head. So yeah, you've got to know your stuff a bit more, I think, but private's always the way to go if you can keep that relationship going.
Yeah, and I think with bridging, we said about security, obviously with private investors, it varies, but a bridge is going to take a personal guarantee minimum. They're going to make you do independent legal advice, and you're going to sign to say, I fully understand this loan, I can't play stupid later. What you sign, I believe, is a deed, not a contract, so it's going to be witnessed. So again, did you sign this? Yes, Andy, because she saw you signing it, so don't play dumb. Second thing, they are going to make you get... or they're probably going to try and get a floating charge or debenture on your whole company, which means they repossess you. Oh, we're missing 20 pence. Can we go after the asset?
Take that other hand.
Yeah, let's go to the asset. You can negotiate that off. You can negotiate the ILA later. But you need a few things to go on. First charge, which is standard, on the house. You are not getting out of this.
Nope.
There's not a single thing you can do to get out of this.
No.
Nothing. And good, I think.
Yeah, you do the same, right? And that's the first thing you look at. But like you say, these fees rack up. ILA, if you're new into a legal firm, 500 quid. And the rest.
Some of them charge like £1,000.
Yeah, and on a 80 grand loan, that's big numbers, right?
Big numbers.
So all of these fees really start to rack up with the bridging, and that's the bit that kills me. Your valuation fee, we had one that was like £2,000, and there's no way around it. It is what it is. So on the simpler buy-to-lets, again, with a relationship, which is a key trend here, is you can get automatic AVMs like for free. But they're unlikely to do it if they don't know you, because if they know you, and again, social media does come into this, they know you, they see you, they're seeing the figures, you're paying them back with a mortgage at a certain price. They're thinking, well, he's getting BMV deals. Every single time, he's slapping it. And so they're gonna be like, you know what, I have an AVM, like we don't, you know what I mean, like, because Valuer does fuck all. Sorry, y'all, but you don't. Like, you go on Rightmove, there's that you can work it out, like, right? And Home Track, which again I think is really inaccurate, but there's other stuff that can be kind of accurate. So yeah, bridging. So for you then, how long did it take you to feel that relationship?
Well, after the first deal went a bit south and I kind of maybe added them on social media, as I don't tend to do that often.
Yeah, don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that actually was a good thing because they took it seriously and were like, we spoke about you in the directors meeting, can we have a sort of talk about this? And then from that point onwards, it kind of got a bit more serious in the sense that I said, look, I want to buy X many properties, this was a shambles, what can we do about this? And then then it changed to positive kind of stuff on social media. And then I think after the third one, the relationship formed.
It's quite quick then.
Because of social media. If I didn't have this, it would have taken X many. Then I was in Manchester and then they sort of invited me up and went to the office, had a chat with them. And they were like, Ted, look, you paying back loans is a big thing. Even if it's 3 months, I know we get less interest, but paying it back is a big tick on the system. And then they invited me to some fancy dinner in like Ryan Giggs's hotel that he owns, and I was like, okay, now this is levels. But like, the social media is a big part. Like that's 60% of it in my case. If you don't have that, then your 60% is going to be paying it back and being friendly and that kind of stuff. And but yeah, it's taking it to another level sometimes, you know, with the event stuff and sponsors and all that other stuff we're looking at as well. So it can take time, and that's something for people watching is that, you know, but whereas with a private investor, it probably takes you less time, right?
Yeah, but it's the exact same principle of what you're saying. Like, you have to offer them something. For you, it's your brand, it's your outreach, it's your referrals. When you work with private, it's all about communication. It's all about making the process for these guys as easy as you can. These guys have got a load of money and they're just chucking it around. They want to be able to just sign a few sheets of paper and not have to deal with it.
And make
half
money.
the time. And make money. Yeah. So they will value you saving them time. If you want to do 8 sit-downs with them and get them to sign everything in person, if that's what your sister wants, you need to find someone who will let you try and do it a little bit quicker and a little bit easier for them. Like, my point of all this is you've got to offer something to these people that they want.
That's what it is exchange of value, right? 100%. Give your bridge something, give your investment, they give you something back. So, I think you summarised it perfectly. Bridging, you don't love it.
But if it does the deal.
If it does the deal, it does the deal. What's better, no deal or a deal with bridging? Potentially a deal with bridging. Oh, one more thing. All of you lot, who do your spreadsheets and you don't include bridging costs and you buy on a mortgage and do mortgage fraud, all this shit, oh, but there's no deals around. It's because you haven't factored in the interest. In my opinion, if a deal can't take bridging interest,
it's not worth doing.
It's fucking a shit deal. You said it very clearly. It's a shit deal. That's what you're thinking. I'm just saying it. So everyone, thanks so much for tuning in to this YouTube video. Hit subscribe, hit the bell button, and yeah, there's been more videos with us.